Hey guys, and a very warm welcome back to What's for Tea, and I hope that I find you all very well indeed. Right, tonight I'm going to be making a wee cheeky slow cooker beef curry. Now this is by far the simplest curry that I do. You know, it takes 5 minutes to sear your beef in the frying pan, and then you just bung everything else into your slow cooker. You walk away and come back 6 or 7 hours later and it's done, fall apart tender, and the aromas are absolutely insane, as you can imagine. So this is what you're going to need, guys, if you want to follow along with this wee recipe. I'm using some mushrooms today. Now, I don't usually use mushrooms in this curry. It's just because I had some in the fridge and they're about ready to be no good anymore. So I said, I'll throw them in as well. So I've got a handful of mushrooms and I've just halved them through the middle. 50ml of cream, 2 medium potatoes which I've quartered, 500 grams or a pound of casserole steak, 1 pint of beef stock, 1 large brown onion which I've chopped, olive oil for frying. You'll need 2 tablespoons of plain all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of ginger paste, 1 teaspoon of garlic, and you'll need 1 teaspoon of each of the following spices. So you'll need a teaspoon of turmeric powder, chilli powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, cumin seeds, 3 bay leaves, a handful of sultanas. Now this is optional because you may not like fruit in your curries. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I ended up not using them in the end, but that's up to you. And you'll also need some salt and pepper as you go along, to adjust to your own taste. Right, so let's go over, we'll see what we do next. The first thing I always like to do is get my slow cooker on to a high heat. I usually put some water in the bottom of this just to get it nicely warmed. Then you can pop your beef into a bowl. And on top of that you want to put your flour and just rub the flour into your beef, because we're going to be searing this in a wee second. It just helps protect the beef and the texture, and later on it'll help thicken up the gravy a wee bit. And that's you. So pop over to your cooker, get quite a large saucepan on there or frying pan, pop your olive oil in, get it up to quite a high heat, and then fry your beef until it's browned. Just keep it moving around until you're happy. And when it's just about there, you can add your ginger and your garlic. You can either do this, at this stage, or you can wait till you put it into your slow cooker. I just like to do it this way because I think it infuses the beef, a wee bit better than just putting it in with the rest of your liquid. That kind of dilutes it a wee bit, I feel. So just give that another minute or so to sort of soak in a wee bit. And you can pop back to your slow cooker. Like I say, I've got some water into the bottom of this. I just chuck that away and it means I've got a lovely hot crock pot now. So the first thing I like to do is pop the potatoes in, and then the onions, and then your beef, your ginger and your garlic mixture, and then the mushrooms, and then your bay leaves, and then your spices, and then just pop your stock on the top. This is smelling fantastic already. Oh dear, I haven't started cooking yet. And then, yeah, you can add sultanas if you like. I decided not to bother this time. Like I say, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, but I didn't this time. And just pop your lid on. You're going to cover and cook this for about 6 to 8 hours. Although I've got high there, you only want it in high for the first couple of hours, and then you want to turn it down to low after the first 2 hours. So this is that, this has been cooking for about 2 hours. And as you can see, nowhere near ready. I was in for most of the day, so I was able just to come back and stir this. If I'm not in, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be here or in the house to be stirring it. It's not necessary. And this is after about 4 hours of cooking. And it's looking a lot better now. Another quick wee stir. Look at that steam, my goodness. and this is at 5 o'clock. Remember, we put it on about 11:30ish. So this is now 5 and it's just about there. Now if you want at this stage, guys, you could pop in a wee bit of thickener. You know, if I like it quite runny because I like it to mix in with the rice and things. But if you prefer a thicker curry, you can add a wee bit of corn flour, or you can mix some flour up in a cup with a wee bit of water and add it in, and that'll thicken it up a good bit. And this is at 6:30, and that's us good to go. Now this is about 7 hours from the start, and you can see it's starting to get a bit darker now. I actually forgot to put the spotlight on in my cooker hob, but never mind. You can see. And I just like to go around at this stage and mash up some of the wee potatoes that are in there, just to help thicken up the gravy just a wee bit, not too much. And you want to dig out your bay leaves. Just remember and count how many you had to begin with. And all you have to do now is plate it up. What do you think of the new plates, guys? Aren't they fab? So start off with some rice. Give it a wee dent in the middle, because this is where you're going to be placing your curry. Some of your curry on top. Oh, this smelled amazing. And then a wee bit of naan bread at the side. And that's it, guys. Super simple and absolutely delicious. And like I said, ultra easy. I mean, it really does not get much easier than that, because all you're doing, you're searing your meat to begin with, and everything else just goes into your slow cooker. If you're in, you can come back and give it a wee stir, but like I said, it's really not necessary. So thank you very much again, guys, for popping over and seeing what is going on. I've got meals of the week going up in the next half hour or so. I'm just finishing that off now. Yeah, so thank you very much again, as I said, and until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye for now. Bye now.